Hey there, welcome or welcome back to Upside Plant Today. My name is Courtney, and today's video, we have a couple of things to do. So today's actually January 20th. This video will be out January 21st. So I'm filming and editing this entire video today because I have a major, serious repot that I need to do on a plant that is severely neglected. And I also need to do some watering with the FloraGrow 3-part system and maybe trim some leaves, but the most important things are repotting this plant and watering. So I will show you the plant in question. This is the plant in question, this severely damaged rubber tree. It is so bad. It's actually really old too, quite old. But yeah, overall it's just bad. So I need to seriously repot that. I'm removing all of the old soil. I probably will keep it in soil just because it's a lot easier. And I have containers. I'm trying to think which one I should put it in. I don't know. I have a lot of containers to choose from. We're keeping that one in soil. And then I may also repot these neon pothos that I've been meaning to combine into one pot. I just literally never do it, but I should probably do that as well today. And like I said, filling up, watering a lot of plants, and then trimming some dead leaves as we go along. But those are my major tasks for today, so let's get right into it. Do you ever just start a repot and then it ends up not being as serious as you projected it to be? That's exactly what happened with me and this rubber tree. So the story of this plant is that it's about 4 years old, and my mom rescued it from a clearance section at a plant shop, and yeah, I've had it ever since. And as you can see when I'm tearing off the soil, it is so dry, desperately dry, and the roots are also really terrible. The last time I repotted this was probably at least 2 years ago, and it was root bound 2 years ago, and now it just looks like crap. But I did find spider mites. So what I ended up doing was washing it down, and then I put a treatment on it, Captain Jack's, and I think that's gonna help a lot. I'll keep it isolated anyways, just because with spider mites, I'm not gonna keep it near any of my plants. I ended up putting it in a smaller pot, and I'm just putting it in the Fox Farm. I think it's the Ocean Forest soil. That's the only soil that I've been using for the past couple of months, I think. And honestly, I have no complaints about it. Any of my plants that I have moved to this Fox Farm soil that are still in soil have been really happy. Most of the time I'll add in more perlite, but I didn't with this iteration of soil that I put in my soil bucket. And I will say I'm just adding regular water. I didn't add the FloraGrow water because I ran out while watering all of my other plants. So the next time that I do my FloraGrow, which will probably be in the next couple of weeks, I will make sure that I water this plant with that. And the reason why I decided to repot this plant and not just throw it away is because it was still growing, even though it was very neglected. The two leaves at the top are really small, but they have grown in the last couple of months. So it still wants to be alive, and for me, that is good enough. So I'm just packing in the soil because the stem is kind of like not great. But overall, I'm happy with how this repot turned out, and I think it looks amazing. So I'll keep you updated on this plant. This is the repot that I was not expecting to do today, but this plant was just staring at me. So this is one of my Philodendron Campos. I've talked about this plant in the last couple of weeks. In a specific video that I talked about it in was my grow tent maintenance, where I basically pulled out everything out of my grow tent. And I have a ton of cuttings of this Philodendron Campo. This one in particular was so long, and it's curved in the stem because it bent over. So I decided no time like the present to repot. Oh my gosh, look at those roots. So I have these little pots that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they have the watering catch tray attached to the bottom. So my idea was to basically fill the bottom layer with leca, pour in a little bit water just until the very tip of the bottom of the watering tray, and then fill the rest up with moss and pot the plant in that way. Honestly, I don't know if this is a great idea, but if you watch my videos, you know I like to experiment, and the worst thing that could happen is that the plant dies, but I really don't think it will, because one, the roots are really solid with this plant, and two, it was thriving in neglect. So obviously now if I'm taking care of it, at least it should grow a little bit better. And at the very top, if you can see, there's already another leaf growing in. So I just had to basically reattach everything and add in all the moss. I really love the Philodendron Campo. I think it's a really cool plant. If you've never had it, it's really easy to grow, amazing to propagate, and you can go a long time without doing anything to it and it will grow. But I don't recommend that. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes when you have a gazillion plants, but it's okay. I feel like I've been getting a lot better at taking care of my plants because I've been enjoying it more. And look at that. It looks amazing, and can't wait to update you this on the February plant diary. So this wasn't an update that I planned on doing today because I just wasn't even paying attention to it, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of repotting on something that has been growing. So a couple of months ago, I did a video on how to make a prop box the way that I do it, and I will link that above. So I put in, I think it was about 11 black velvet alocasias in this method, and as you can see, they've already hit the lid. They're kind of crunched over because they hit the lid. So we're gonna repot these really quick, and we're just gonna put them inside of my little alocasia bin back in my grow tent because I have space for it. So we have 3 that have been growing exceptionally well. We're gonna pull them out. Actually, I'll just pull them out right now and kind of just lay it on top before I go and repot it at my desk. I'm gonna be really careful because I don't want to disturb all of the other ones. So here's one of the corms, and like I said, this is the smallest of the 3, but it's already forming, it's ready to go, so I'm just gonna take it out now. Okay, here's the next one. The leaf is already forming, obviously super happy, and yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe how well these are growing. And then here's this one. I think I actually pulled this one out before in a video in the last couple of weeks. How long are these roots? It can't be that long. No way. Suffice it to say, I don't even know if that's the right thing. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think they like growing this way. So make sure you check out that video because this method I find to be super easy and super low maintenance. I literally just have to pour water in it basically once a month, and that's it. And I haven't had any fungus gnats or anything at all, no issues with this method. So let's get to repotting these. So the last thing I had to do today was to add additional Velcro strips on a couple of plants. This one is my Philodendron melanochrysum and then my Philodendron domesticum. And as you can see, they have new leaves growing at the top, and I knew it was time to reattach or they would be completely bent over. And here is the after. And I wanted to make sure I wasn't interrupting the growth of the new leaves. So I was sure to like wrap close to it, but not directly on it, because I didn't want to negatively affect the growth, especially with this Philodendron domesticum. As you can see, this new leaf is already out and I cannot wait to see this one grow. And then this is my Philodendron giganteum. I've had this for a while and put it on this massive moss pole, which I absolutely hate, but it loves it. So it has new leaves growing and I had to wrap around an additional Velcro strip. And this side, I decided to go underneath the new growth. And then on the other side, I wrapped it around on top of the new growth, and I think it's gonna work out really well. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.